So if it wasn't obvious to tell, me and Niha are quite the introverts. I'm pretty sure you guys know what an introvert is, but in case you don't, an introvert is someone that generally likes to spend time alone rather than being surrounded by people. If I had to rank our awkwardness from a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, Niha is about an 8 or a 9. About a few months ago, we were job searching, and every place we went into, I found myself having to talk to everyone, while Niha just kinda stood there. So, being an introvert and everything, I got pretty exhausted. Social interaction. So I was like, hey Niha, you got the next person.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hey, welcome to blah 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 blah. How can I blah 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 you today?
So do you guys have any job openings? Me, on the other hand, I'm about a 5 in awkwardness. I can handle talking to people, but if I'm caught off guard, it could be a problem. So we decided to share the wealth and tell you guys a few awkward stories. This situation happened about 3 months ago. I was in the store and Niha was there too, but she was in a different part of the store. So I was walking around, turned down an aisle, and the only other person in the aisle was a little girl. She was looking at something on the shelf. I don't remember what it was. I wasn't paying attention to anything, I was just kind of deep in thought. So while walking past her, she turns and looks at me and says,
Oh, hey, cool hair.
When she said that, I was in mid-walk and it happened out of nowhere, so it was like my brain didn't fully process the situation. A part of my brain realized that she had said something and I should react to it, but the rest of my body was like, nope. So you're probably thinking, what did I say? Well, I said absolutely nothing and walked right past her. Seriously, the most interaction I was expecting was possibly dealing with the cashier if I happened to buy something. In the past, I have been told that I can come off pretty intimidating sometimes. So I'm kinda just imagining how I looked from her perspective. After that, she stayed in the aisle for like 10 more seconds then left, and I felt like crap instantly. Like, why didn't you at least just give her a smile? Finger guns, a hot five, something. So I regrouped with Niha and told her about what happened while we walked around a bit more. The entire time I was feeling like complete trash. Eventually we made our way to the front of the store, and she was there also, just looking at a DVD from a rack of DVDs. So I knew this was my chance to make things right, but at that moment I realized I could walk up to her, and being the introvert that I know I am, I could possibly make the situation much worse. So I had to decide, either try to talk to her and apologize for giving her the cold shoulder earlier, or seem like a complete Sorry, not trying to get demonetized. You know YouTube nowadays. But while taking the occasional glance at her to make sure she was still there while I come up with a strat, I don't know how to explain this, but I got the feeling that she was a little introvert in the making. She had this shy demeanor. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but she kind of reminded me of someone I know. At that moment, I put myself in her position and thought, man, that would suck being an introvert and deciding to take a chance and talk to a stranger, and they just totally blow you off. So I decided to make my move. I walked towards her and said, hey you. For some reason, I felt the need to double down to make sure that she knew I was talking to her, so I pointed at her. It kind of reminds me of like a Pokemon trainer in the games that's made eye contact with you, so now you have to battle them. She looked at me but didn't say anything. I was kind of expecting her to say something, so 1 second went by of no talking. The longest, most awkward 1 second of my life with eye contact. By the way, Niha was there too, but she might as well have not been because she didn't really help at all. She just kind of watched us from a comfortable distance away. So after that, I just said it. Hey, sorry I kind of ignored you earlier. I wasn't really paying attention to anything. Just kind of stuck on autopilot. She replied with,
Sorry.
Then I just kind of turned my head and walked away. Yeah, so I was pretty uncomfortable, but hey, at least that didn't seem like a
My story takes place in high school. It was at the end of a school day and I was talking to a friend while waiting for the bus. Something important to know for this story, I had braces. But anyway, my bus had just arrived, so I turned to my friend to give her a goodbye hug. On this day, she wore a fluffy wool sweater, and somehow during this hug, my braces got caught on her sweater. At first, I didn't really think much of it. Like, you know, if I give it a little tug, maybe it'll get unstuck. But once we started pulling away from each other, I started to notice it was not coming off. So I panicked. I could tell it was awkward for both parties involved because when I rehugged her, she kinda slowly rehugged me. Meanwhile, I was panicking super hard because other people were around us probably witnessing this entire thing. And the line for my bus was getting pretty short that they might just leave at any second. So when we were pulling apart for the second time, I just kind of pushed her, then ran away barely making it to the bus. Lucky for me, that happened on a Friday, so I had the weekend to recuperate. When I talked to her on Monday, neither of us mentioned it. So, yay, I guess.